Hey, Jen here. Thanks for joining me today. We are going to be talking about perfectionism. Are you a perfectionist? Do you find like you are always having a hard time getting things completed? Do you struggle with completion? That might be because you're worried about it being too perfect. So that's what we're going to talk about today and how to avoid that. All right, I'm Jen Kunkel, and I'm the creator of the Wild Worth Method to move you from feeling insignificant, invisible, and unfulfilled to instead unleash your wild, savvy self, where you know exactly who you are, what you stand for, what you want your life to look like. You're taking inspired, purposeful action towards that, and most importantly, you are enjoying the journey along the way, and you know that you matter, you are worthy, you are not insignificant. So stick with me if you want to shift from insignificant to wild savvy. All right, so today we are talking about perfectionism. I have declared myself an imperfectionist now because I have found that that is just the way to actually get stuff done. If you worry about things being perfect and you keep going until it's exactly, right and exactly the way that you think you want it, then sometimes you never actually get it done. Now, I'm not saying that you don't do a good job. I'm not saying that you don't appreciate quality and that you don't strive for quality. I'm saying that if getting things just so is actually stopping you from making progress, then you kind of need to let that go, okay? Or that's what I decided to do. I decided I need to let go of perfectionism. Well, I was never really like a total perfectionist where it had to be exactly perfect, but I have, I definitely have have had those tendencies where it needs to be done right, or I want it all. I'm more like I can see the big picture and I want like all the pieces in place before I move forward, and I realized that that was really blocking me and stopping me from getting anywhere. So now, as you can see, sometimes I will do a video with a little bit of damp hair. I just got out of the shower, but I felt inspired, and that's when I need to grab the bull by the horns and say, okay, let's go. I don't wear makeup, but that's actually not the imperfectionist part. I used to be like, I would not go in front of people without being completely done up, like all my makeup done, my hair done. Even if I did it fast, I would not step foot outside without being just completely done. And that's, that was years ago, and now I have since realized, one, that's not important, and two, what's more important to me is, I did a lot of this is a whole different subject, but I did a lot of research on the chemicals, and I was like getting chemicals out of my life and stuff. So one of the things that I decided to do is I stopped wearing makeup because of the chemicals that were in them. And I have had some makeup that I would wear sometimes that was a little bit better, but I really just found that I'm comfortable without it. I like to show the real me. This is who I am, and I know there's a lot of different opinions on that, but I'm really a lot more about just being natural, being who you are, and none of us is perfect. We're always, we're striving so much to put this superficial mask on, whether it's the makeup mask, the clothes mask, the personality mask, that we want to, just that everything's picture perfect, like our lives are all out of a magazine, especially with social media. And I think that we're trending more in a direction of being more real and more raw, and I love that because that's just, I think that's healthier, really. I feel like if you're so busy putting on this mask of perfectionism, that everything has to be just so, first of all, you're setting yourself up to just beat yourself up, because striving for perfect, I mean, you can strive for doing great at things, you can strive for excellence and know that whatever you do, it's great, it's good, as long as you did your best. And striving for actual perfectionism is setting the bar to unrealistic standards. And okay, so, you know, that's kind of a catch-22, because I think that if you have big goals and big dreams, I'm certainly not saying that don't go for them. Like, reach for the stars. That's different. But having this feeling like everything has to be perfect along the way, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect along the way. It might not even, like, what is perfect anyway? It's a totally subjective definition. Like, there really is no such thing as perfect. Striving for excellence, striving for big things, reaching for the stars, that does not equal perfect. Perfect equals, oh, I can't put this out here until every little thing is perfect. So if I don't look the way that you think I should look, like, I guess perfect to me is more about all the shoulds and supposed tos. And I don't do that. Like, I'm not into what people should be doing or what they're supposed to be doing. Just get out there and be real. Be yourself, put yourself out there in whatever way feels good to you, whatever way is important to you, whatever way is meaningful to you. So, without getting hung up on all these little details being perfect. It's sort of a nuance, I guess, because everyone can define perfect differently, and that's what I mean. Like, it's totally subjective. So how can you achieve something that doesn't really have a definition? It only has a definition for you. And so let me know, what do you think perfect means to you, and how do you feel about it? So if you're striving for perfectionism, like I said, it's setting yourself up to kind of beat yourself up, like feel guilty if you're not achieving that. That's sort of like shoulds and supposed tos that people put out there that maybe you put on yourself. And it does not do anything for your self-worth to feel like you have to be perfect, that you have to achieve this unreachable standard. And then you don't make it. And so you feel bad. You feel like you fell short, and you kind of beat yourself up for that. You're putting yourself down, or you think, oh my gosh, once again, I didn't, do what I was supposed to do. Yeah, those are like my most unfavorite words, is should and supposed to, because there really is no such thing as should and supposed to. Well, you should do this. Well, you should do that. I should have done that. I should have done this. Oh, I'm supposed to do this, but I didn't, or I forgot, or I didn't really want to. Anyway, so you get the idea of what I mean. So absolutely, reach for the stars. It's almost like when you take that expectation of perfectionism off, you can propel forward so much more quickly, so much more easily, just like me doing these videos. Okay, so on my birthday, I decided I was going to do a video every day, and I mostly did. There was one day, I was traveling, so I ended up not doing a video that day. So I made up for it. I did 2 videos another day, and that's, I basically have done a video every day since then, and it's been a couple of weeks, and I don't worry about it being perfect. I recorded one from my car because I just thought, oh gosh, I need to get this video out there, and I want them to be good, but they don't have to be perfect. Like, I don't have to have the perfect background. I don't have to have the perfect outfit on. It doesn't have to look perfect. In fact, I think that's more interesting anyways, is to see people more real and not so fabricated and overproduced. So anyway, let me know what you think. Are you comfortable going out and being more raw and more real? Like, what would it take for you to do that? Not that you have to do videos, but whatever it is that you're doing in your life, like around your friends, do you feel like you need to be all done up and put together a certain way before you'll go do something or go hang out with friends? I remember one time in high school, some friends called me unexpectedly and was like, hey, we're gonna go up to the mountains, and it was a boy I like. Just so I was like, yeah, well, we'll be there in 15 minutes to pick you up. And I was like, oh my gosh. And this was back when I had to look just perfect and picture perfect. So I got ready so fast. My mom said, I have never seen you get ready so fast in my life, because usually it would take me like an hour and a half to do my hair and my makeup and stuff. But I just like went in speed mode and did it. But now I would just be like, okay, and I would like run a comb through my hair and, maybe just throw on a different shirt or something like that. Put shoes on instead of slippers or whatever. Or maybe I would just go in slippers depending on what we were doing. Anyway, okay, so let go. Just totally let go of that need for perfectionism. It's so freeing. I mean, you probably, if you are that perfectionist, you probably don't know the kind of weight that you're putting on your energy by putting those expectations on yourself. So let go a little bit every day. I'm actually going to be putting some meditation videos out, so those should help you. Look for those. Join me in my group. There's some meditations in there, and that would help you too. Go to wildsavvy.com/squad, SQUAD, and it is a Facebook group. Join us over there, and there's some meditations right there in the group, and I'll be putting out some meditation videos as well. Thanks so much for joining me. Let me know if you like this, if you want more stuff like this, and I will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Remember that you are more powerful than you know, and you totally matter. Have a fantastic day.